Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I'm going to address two questions. So when you compare bike, treadmill, elliptical, is one better than the other to improve one's cardiovascular fitness? And the other question is one better than the other to maximize weight loss? I'm Dr. Srikanth. I'm a primary care sports medicine doctor practicing in the United States. So let us talk about some basics here. So when we say cardiovascular fitness, we're basically talking about the efficiency of the heart, our body's engine that pumps the blood and nourishes all our organs with the fuel oxygen. So therefore, in order to improve one's cardiovascular fitness, you want to make sure that you're challenging your heart with a sufficient intensity exercise. For beginners, even a low intensity exercise is going to help. But let us say you have more than average fitness, then you want to make sure that you exercise at a certain heart rate threshold to improve your fitness. So now the answer to my first question, is one gym equipment better than the other to improve one's cardiovascular fitness? And the answer is yes. But does it really matter if you're not an athlete? So let us say you want to exercise at a particular intensity and then you want to maintain that exercise for a sufficient duration. It's going to be a challenge, right? But let us say one gym equipment uses multiple muscles while you're exercising, whereas the other gym equipment actually uses only small groups of muscles. The equipment that actually uses small groups of muscles is going to be a problem in maintaining a sufficient duration at a particular exercise intensity because the local muscle factors such as muscle pain and fatigue is going to limit you from doing that. The classic example would be comparing treadmill and elliptical with biking. The biking involves small groups of muscles compared to elliptical and treadmill, which actually involves multiple groups of muscles, but still biking involves a large group of muscles, but then you're actually going to be limited by local muscle factors such as muscle pain and fatigue with biking more than the treadmill elliptical, which brings to a point that biking, it's a little bit harder to maintain an exercise intensity for a particular duration. Does that mean that treadmill elliptical is probably the best gym equipment compared to biking? And the answer is no. But remember, this video is all about the best equipment for you. Let us say if you have to choose one gym equipment over the other in order to make sure that you are able to exercise injury-free, then I'll go with that equipment, even though you might have to sacrifice a small increase in fitness gains and a small increase in calorie expenditure. But remember, as you're starting, these things don't matter much. I mean, these are all matters more for elite athletes who are really wanting to take their fitness to the next level. So don't even worry about this. So now let us talk about treadmill first. I love treadmill, but I love treadmill and I love the adage that we are all born to run, but treadmill may not be the perfect exercise for beginners. Let me explain why. Yes, anyone can start running on a treadmill, but when you lack the proper strength of the supporting musculature, which is your glutes, your tensor fasciae lata, your quad muscles, you're inviting trouble and it's just a matter of time. And again, in order to accomplish an injury-free exercise from treadmill, you want to make sure that you have a good core strength. So the common injuries that I see runners face are people can have lateral hip pain from trochanteric bursitis or gluteus medius tendinopathy. They can have like quad tendinitis, they can have patellar tendinitis. And sometimes I see stress fractures in these people too. Usually these all arise because they're not taking the adequate time to progress. So if you're a beginner, follow these steps. I would make sure first that you're comfortable walking for 30 minutes. Then I would slowly start jogging 2 minutes every 5 minutes of walking and slowly increase by 1 or 2 minutes every week, 2 to 3 times a week. In order for you to jog for 30 minutes, it may take anywhere between 8 to 12 weeks. Now let us talk about biking. Biking, again, an amazing exercise because one, it's low impact and then you're seated. Let's say if you have trouble standing while exercising, this actually is a great benefit for you. The biggest disadvantage of biking is that the ability to challenge your heart may be limited by local muscle fatigue since the exercise predominantly uses the thigh muscles, especially your quads and glutes. Another pro tip, let us say if you have knee pain, especially knee pain in the front of the knee, and sometimes it can get aggravated when you're biking. The easy way to alleviate pain is to make sure that you dial the resistance down so that you don't put a lot of stress behind your kneecap. Finally, the last one is elliptical, a perfect companion for beginners. An equipment where you're actually standing to accomplish the exercise, but still it's a low impact exercise. Your legs are staying at the same place while your lower leg moves front and back, and on top of it, you're also using your upper body to exercise, meaning that you're using a whole body while exercising, which makes it a perfect low impact equipment to increase your heart rate to improve your fitness. And you also burn more calories. So in summary, if you're a beginner, take at least 8 to 12 weeks to slowly progress on a treadmill before trying jogging for 30 minutes on a treadmill. Use elliptical and biking to improve your fitness. Yes, treadmill and elliptical is probably a better equipment to improve one's fitness and to increase a little bit of calorie expenditure. But it doesn't really matter, as I said. Let's say if you're in a gym, I would include all these equipments to improve your fitness and to increase your calorie expenditure. But let's say if you're buying a gym equipment, I would say if you don't have any trouble like walking, then I would say like go with elliptical. But let us say if you have even trouble with walking, or even standing for a long duration if it starts causing pain, then I would probably go with biking as your gym equipment. For people with more than average fitness, I would still use all these three equipments to improve one's fitness and to maximize your heart rate. You might be burning extra 100 to 150 calories, which is almost like 1/4 of a donut. So don't really stress about that extra 100 to 150 calories. You can really easily manage by improving your eating habits. So if you like this video, please hit the like and the notification button so that based on YouTube algorithm, it'll start to show to more people. So this way more people can get benefited from this video. If you have any questions or concerns, please post in the comments below, and I'll see you in my next video. Until then, goodbye.